There's the leading scorers from the BYU game. And the only thing that Boca Titus didn't do well was shoot free throws in the second half, especially. That could have cost them, but they held on for the victory nonetheless. They had 4 guys with 15 points or more. He led the way.
Yeah, he missed 7 down the stretch of that game, allowed BYU to cut it to 4 at one point. He's got to correct that. He's normally a pretty good free throw shooter, so getting the lab yesterday, and he was all mental, and he's got to knock down those free throws.
Marcus Pettigrew, John Gaffney, and Vladimir Boyard-Tadal are our officials, and we're underway, and it's the Longhorns bringing it into the front court first. Here is Dalen Swain, leads the team in scoring, rebounds, assists, and steals. And it's Pope from the elbow. And Jordan Pope, who had a huge three-pointer down the stretch the other night, has the opener for the Longhorns.
And he had the opener in the first game here in Portland. So he's getting the Longhorns off to a good start. Matchup to watch, EK and Boca Titus. The big men going at it down low.
There they are on the switch off on the screen. And here is EK feeding the paint. Nice look inside to Jalen Worley.
Yeah, Graham EK attracts so much attention, and he always looks to get his teammates going at times too, and he's going to have to read. How's Texas going to guard me? Are they going to double me? And if they don't, there's some passing lanes and an opportunity for him to go one-on-one.
Inside, that one short. Air ball in the front of the net. St. Superi on the way down. And now Innocente back out. EK is going to try a 3. A little bit short. Swain clears the glass. Kept alive. Nice job by Worley to get the ball to Innocente. He's going to try 3. Same spot, same result, in and out. And an easy rebound there for Boca Titus. Drops it off. Boca Titus 10 on the shot clock as he drives against EK. Kick back out. Mark's going to have to take it. Not a good shot. Waited too long, and it was very well contested defensively. Back come the Bulldogs. And that lob is a push from behind. And that's going to be the first one on Boca Titus. Watch every men's game live on your computer, phone, tablet, or streaming device with NCAA March Madness Live. Download now to stay up to date on all the action.
And a big story to watch is Boca Titus, top 5 in college basketball in fouls. He fouls a lot. He could get in foul trouble. He's going up against an elite scorer, so he's got to make sure he saves those fouls.
Didn't have that problem the other night, but you're right. Normally he does. There's a turnover for Gonzaga. And Heidi's bumped from behind by St. Superi.
Yeah, right now Texas is struggling with that Gonzaga defense. They are doing a great job of packing it in right now. And Texas doesn't see any driving angles. They can't get any opportunities to make anything happen. I think some key pick and rolls are going to be huge to try to get Jordan Pope in the paint.
Pope fade away over St. Superi. Got the roll.
Jordan Pope stabilizing the offense right now because there's not much going for Texas. They're having trouble attacking the shell of Gonzaga.
Worley leaves it for Innocente. Nice dish.
That's 2 slashes and cuts off the ball. Gonzaga, not a great outside shooting team. Normally they're known for that in the history of their program. They're trying to get points however they can. They have great cutters and slashers.
Pope, turnaround jumper from the free throw line won't go. Boca Titus with a rebound, and he's double teamed, and they stripped it from him. St. Superi leaves it in the lane. Nice dish underneath to Adam Miller.
Yeah, that's 3 buckets where Texas has fallen asleep on cutters. You always have to make sure you see where the ball is, but keep track of your man. Texas struggled defensively at times during the regular season, and right now, first 3 possessions for Gonzaga, gotten some easy ones at the hoop.
St. Superior led Texas on Thursday with 8 assists with a nice dish on that last trip down court for the Zags. Open Titus trying to take EK to the rack. Up off the window, no good. Numbers for the Bulldogs right now as Texas lost a man defensively, hitting the deck on the other end. But a stoppage in play and up and out of bounds. 5.5 in Portland. Gonzaga with a 2-point lead over the Texas Longhorns. All right, Jamie, thank you. Keep us posted on Duke and TCU on CBS here. It's an early lead for Gonzaga, 6-4, and we check in third member of our team, Jared Greenberg. Jared.
Hey, Ness, back in 2006, pretty historic year for this historic Gonzaga basketball program. Adam Morrison 20 years ago was named National Player of the Year. Incidentally, in 06, Davis Vogel was born. Growing up a Zags fan, Vogel says it's been great to get advice from a Bulldog legend. Early in the season when Vogel wasn't playing so much, Morrison encouraged him to stay positive because he knew his time would come. Morrison now calls games on the radio for the Zags, told me he thinks Vogel's actually more talented than he is, and predicted in short time he'll be a pro.
Yeah, he's about 3 seats down from us, and I didn't recognize him the other day without the stash, you know.
Yeah. That's high praise for Vogel because Adam Morrison was a top 5 pick in the NBA draft, and he could really score the basketball, and obviously an all-time great in college.
Absolutely, just one of the many that's come through the Gonzaga program over the years in their 28th NCAA tournament appearance. And I mean, they just keep putting out guys like this, and they find them all over the world, not just all over the country.
That's an impressive move right there. Went up against a really good defender in Dalen Swain and rose up over him, nailed a pull-up jumper. He has all 3 level scoring covered and doesn't lack confidence.
Weaver, the kick out. This is Heidi for 3. And EK with a rebound. Vogel thought about it again. St. Superior on the dribble inside, hands it off. EK, little touch jumper.
That is such a soft, feathery touch. That is not an easy shot, especially for a big man to make. But he just floats it up. The skill level that Graham EK has is so impressive.
Steps back, 3. And I thought he was fouled on that 3-point shot, but no call. First round coverage, the NCAA Division I Women's Basketball Championship continues tonight on the ESPN family of networks. For more information on game times and listings, go to ncaa.com.
Texas is struggling a little bit with the defensive resistance that the Zags are showing. Mark Few has embraced his team winning games with his defense, and so far to start this game, they are really locked in. Yep. Texas too much side to side, not enough attacking and getting into the teeth of the Zags deep.
That's what their practice t-shirt said when they were out here warming up. Lock it in. They're locking it in. And here is Vogel. That 3 won't go. Weaver, nice rebound. And he'll clear the head. And the lob underneath, and the lay-in by Tremont Mark.
That is a rare fast break point that the Zags normally don't give up. They only gave up 2 against Kennesaw State. If Texas can get points before the Zags set their defense, that is going to be huge. That's
the only 2 fast break points they've given up in the last 3 games.
Wow.
I mean, that's strong. That's getting back on D.
Yep.
EK, too easy inside.
Yeah, you can tell it's going to be a different game in the paint for Texas. Vokatitis and company dominated BYU, who was a little undersized, but Graham EK has come out today and said, I'm going to own this paint. Whoever wins the battle inside, I think is going to win this basketball game. It's going to be a big storyline to keep an eye on.
Mark, nice, nifty pass inside to Nick Cody, who's got 4 points off the bench. He didn't even score the other night. Played 13 minutes, but he's given him some quality minutes here early. And now it's steal by Swain, and the flush on the other end. Dalen Swain. That ties us at 12.
Careless pass. Tyon Grant Foster. Normally the Zags really take care of the ball. He just threw it right to Swain, and it led to another two fast break points.
We can just throw that graphic out the window, right?
That's right.
We should have put it up earlier. St. Superior with a jumper is short. The rebound is long, and it's to the Longhorns. Chance for Texas to regain the lead this trip. They're going to try it with a three-pointer off the front of the iron for Cody. Now getting back, Texas didn't get back fast enough, and it's Ente. That's his second basket.
That's lack of communication right there. Texas had 5 guys in the backcourt. They just didn't point out their man. Sean Miller's got to get them more locked in. Too many layups right now for the Zags on the offensive end of the floor.
Wiltshire brings it back on top to Swain. Dalen working against Inocente. And he'll have to give it up as well. 6 on the shot clock. Gonna have to hurry. Way outside on a 3, and it goes. Dalen Swain knocks down the triple right at the buzzer. St. Superior, a little finger roll.
That was nice. The long Euro step. And no help side coming over, so St. Superior put a little extra English on there with the finger roll. A lot of layups still for the Zags. Texas not protecting the paint. A lot of points in the paint so far.
Sean Miller wants to go back to a couple of his starters, but there hasn't been a break in the action. They got Gonzaga and Heidi both waiting at the scorer's table. Meanwhile, their reserves have done a nice job. Weaver, his jumper doesn't go. St. Superior with the rebound. Grant Foster in the lineup, almost lost the handle. Almost midway point, first half already. St. Superior, the bounce pass to EK from the elbow.
That's going to be the go-to play. Pick and roll St. Superior. And Graham Ike just doing a good job. They've done it a bunch this year. It's a very difficult play to guard, especially a guy like Ike who can make that little floater with the pocket pass.
The Bulldogs go back in front by 3. Swain on the crossover dribble draws the foul from Inocente. Good game back and forth between the Horns and the Zags. And it's Gonzaga in front by 3. Jared talked to Coach Few just moments ago.
Coach, your offense looks a lot different to start tonight. What's different?
I think we're playing with a little better pace and 0.5 in it. We're not hanging on to it very long. We gave them too many easy ones down here around the basket, so we got to kind of shore up our defense right now.
I appreciate it, Coach.
Yep.
Yes.
Yep. The only thing that's not different from the other night, Mark still doesn't have his voice. Heidi, the starter, back in the lineup for Texas, as is Gonzaga, setting a pick right now for Pope and getting it back on the pick and roll and down the lane for the flush.
Athletic play by Vokatitis. Read the defense, caught it right there on that free throw line. Was looking to maybe kick it out through a 3, but the seas parted and he delivered with a monster jam.
Fogel around an EK pick, and he'll have to kick it back out to the big fella. He'll take it for 3. Got it.
He's in some rhythm. Started off with a couple floaters. Now he has 4 field goals, 9 points. If he makes that 3, that's tough for Vokatitis to get out there.
Weaver, nice hang time, waited for the defender to go by and laid it in off the glass. Orley thought about a 3, and instead he'll take a tough 2. That's Grant Foster, beg your pardon. Missed it. Weaver trying to get it to Vokatitis, and it's off Ike.
And Matas Vokatitis doing a good job moving around. Big body to screen. Right there, he kind of rolled off it. The defense just left him alone, not anticipating him putting the ball on the floor. And on the other end, the matchup to watch, Graham Ike. When he makes that three, he becomes very difficult to guard. Vokatitis doesn't want to go all the way out there to the three-point line.
That's their first made three. They've been 0 for 5 before that shot by Ike. But Gonzaga's two-point shooting has been red hot, with the exception of their last trip down court. They go right back to the two-pointer, and that is Worley.
Jalen Worley had 12 points and 12 rebounds in the game against Kennesaw State. He's highly regarded as their best defender, big-time blue guy, and does everything out there on the floor.
Well, he led them in rebounds with that dozen the other night. Vokatitis, on the other hand, had 16, a career high for Texas. Jordan Pope, fadeaway jumper on the baseline. Tough shot, rebound off to Fogel, and looking to run. All the way to the baseline, the kick out to Ike. Little heat check for the big fella. That one rims out. Vokatitis clears the glass. Vokatitis in the lane, trying to go up against Ike, and a whistle and a foul. 23-19. Bulldogs, 4-point advantage here in Portland. Jared talked to Sean Miller during the timeout.
Coach, what's the message to your team on how to slow down Graham Ike?
You know, I think it's more about us. We have to get more quality shots. You know, I think even some of the shots we've made, you know, I think Gonzaga's an excellent defensive team. And for us, like just how it feels at that end, we have to be playing with more force, more shots at the rim. We have to get second shots. We have to be harder to guard. That will help our defense.
All right, good luck. Thank you, Coach. Guys.
And get to the free throw line for the first time right now. And this is a problem from the other night that showed up as Modest Vokatitis was continually fouled in the second half of the game. He ended up the game 3 for 11 from the stripe. I'm saying this one's going in, okay?
I like it. The reverse jinx. He's got a case of the Vokatitis from the line.
Look at that.
Call.
Yeah.
Wow. Well done.
23-20. Texas loves the free throw line. Got to make sure they make them and have them in the right hands of the guys from 15 feet away. Number 15 on the other end. Boy, tough.
Yeah, that's a tough matchup for Vokatitis. The skill level of Graham Ike, the ability to kind of score in different areas on the court and not just in the post, is something that Vokatitis is not comfortable with.
Yep. He's hit the mid-range. He's hit the three. He's hit stuff down low. Now off the missed three, a chance with a 5-point lead to stretch it further for the Bulldogs. Worley in and out. Rebound off. Come on, Mark, and now ahead. Heidi thought about a three. Jordan Pope in some traffic has to give it up back to Mark. He hit big shots in the first 4 to get the win over NC State. No score for him yet tonight. Well, he does have 2. Ike outside, in and out. Swain, the kick out to Pope. Triple is no good. Vokatitis, he and Ike were banging there, and the outlet pass all the way down, left inside for Worley, who's going to go to the free throw line. Dune Part 3. Experience the epic conclusion, only in theaters December 18th. So Worley will go to the free throw line. 66% free throw shooter, comes in averaging 7 points a game. That's a little different look from the free throw line.
Very interesting free throw stroke. Holds it up high. Doesn't like to kind of get the normal rhythm to kind of rock into the shot a little bit. Just sets it. Almost like a machine would do it.
Robot.
Right.
Mom's looking on, saying, I taught him everything he knows. A little short on the machinery there, but he got his own rebound. Missed off the window in the left hand. And ball's going to still be with the Bulldogs.
Totally different ball game for Texas in the paint. They only have 1 offensive rebound so far in this one. They had 16 in the game yesterday. They dominated BYU inside. Right now, Gonzaga, I think that was a big point of emphasis. They are not going to let Texas out-rebound them.
Over way over the head of Innocente, and that'll be a turnover for the Bulldogs.
Yeah, Fogel leaves his feet, and if you leave your feet, you better have a plan. He didn't have a great plan on that one.
Yeah, that was not a good plan. So the biggest lead of the ball game right now for Gonzaga. Let's see if Texas can cut into it as we approach the 5-minute mark, first half. And Swain, 5 points so far here in the first half. He's maybe going to track another shot down because the shot clock's down to 4. Nope, he's giving it up. That one in and out. Okatitis had a hand on it, couldn't get the rebound. And the Bulldogs running. Innocente. They slow down, bring it back out. Braden Smith now running the point. Fogel, quick first step on the baseline, another jumper.
That's an impressive pull-up he has. Both of his buckets have been off the dribble, gets him a little bit into rhythm. Here come the Zags. Here come the fans.
And here comes the Texas timeout. Lead has gone to 8. Sean Miller had seen enough after this move by Davis Fogel. Gonzaga with an 8-point lead. They're shooting 20% better from the floor than Texas is, and they've got a 6 rebound advantage. And when you add those two things together, you have a 28-20 score right now. You know, I think, Wally, you and I were talking off the air. Texas had to play twice to get here as we take a look at the comparison of the big men. And Texas had to play on Tuesday, and then they played on Thursday. And they just don't look like the same Texas team. They look tired, kind of, don't they?
Exactly. They don't have the pop. You know, Vokatitis had a big game, but right now Graham Ike is dominating that matchup. Ike has 11 points, whereas Vokatitis only has 3. So that big-time math. And what Texas needs to do on offense is attention to detail. Cut harder. Pay attention when you're screening, because you can help the ball handler against a great defensive team like Gonzaga get an advantage.
Now that's with some purpose. That was a good pass, a good feed, and got it to the big man.
Yeah, Vokatitis does a really good job of sealing Graham Ike. He has a height advantage, and there's no ball pressure because Cody was able to pick apart the defense, and I understand why, because he's not much of a three-point shooter, so you don't have to go out there and guard him.
Right.
But when you're in no man's land, you allow that to be a really easy delivery from the top of the key.
That free throw in and out. So lost chance for a 3-point play, but the bucket did cut it to a 6-point advantage at the 4-minute mark. Fogel pull-up jumper. Rebound is Weavers. Polk back to Vokatitis, and now a hook pass underneath. Tough catch, tough shot, but Cody, 6 off the bench, is helping Texas stay in this thing. Uncontested almost for Worley in there, and he's got 7.
Yeah, Graham Ike is just really seeing the defense well. Scoring at will, and that double team came. He saw right over it. And Gonzaga is very well schooled on how to handle those double teams.
And again, Vokatitis did the same thing. Again, as you said, sealed off that spot behind Ike and score it.
Yeah, Ike is fronting the post, so if you're going to front the post like that, he needs a little bit of weak side help when that lob comes.
Vokatitis is taller than Ike by 2 or 3 inches. Under 10 on the shot clock. Hayden Smith. The dribble, gets it back out. EK thought about a three. Now he's going to have to hurry. Got the shot up, but Gonzaga is there for the miss. Longhorns looking to cut in the 4-point advantage for the Zags. Titus with 5 on the shot clock. Almost lost the handle, got it into Weaver. Weaver got it.
Really good patience by Matas Vokatitis. That double team came quick. It was a really good double team, but did a really good job of reading the defense and fighting the shot clock to get a pretty good look for Weaver.
8 straight points for Texas. They cut it to a 2-point advantage. 3-ball goes. Inocente.
That's like found money for the Zags.
You're not kidding.
When they
About a 28% 3-point shooter.
They can find some buckets from the perimeter and beyond the arc. That really helps this team.
He'll pull up. That's a 2-pointer, I think. They might have to look at it. Final minute. First half here in Portland. The West region. Vogel. Off the mark. Weaver on the fly. And it's a 1-point game. 40 seconds remaining in the half, and Weaver and company with Texas cuts the lead down to 1. Coming up on AT&T at the half, get all the scores and highlights, plus the latest NCAA tournament news. That's all coming up on AT&T at the half. They'll let you know about the Duke win over TCU that Jamie updated on us a few minutes ago. Gonzaga by 1 here. They led by as many as 8 at 28-20, and then Texas started being more effective and efficient in their offensive game. As Wally said, they were kind of going through the motions at the beginning, but they got down to business, and their scoring run in the last 3.5 minutes has put them within 1. About a 10-second difference on the shot clock and the game clock. St. Superior draws a double team, got it to EK. Extra pass was too many. And now Texas has got a chance to lead at the break if they can score.
And Graham EK had that pass too. Worley is a great slasher. He looks over at Graham like, I'm not that tall. I'm tall, but I'm not that tall. If that would have been completed, that could have been a nice finish underneath.
And let's see who the Longhorns get into for the last shot.
Tremont Mark is their guy normally in these type of situations.
He's standing over in the left baseline. Pope's going to take it right away. Why wait?
Really good screen. Vokatitis helped Pope get open.
So Texas does have the lead at the break, courtesy of Jordan Pope, who hit a huge 3 to win the game on Thursday night. And now here just before halftime, nothing but the bottom. And Texas, having trailed by 8, going to go to the locker room with a 35-33 lead as we go to Jerry.
Jordan Pope, what changed for you guys over the last few minutes?
We started getting stops, running in transition, and we made a couple good plays offensively.
They clearly want to attack the paint. What's going to be the message at halftime to try and slow them down?
Just to keep throwing bodies that they're big, to make sure he gets the ball in his hands, and then watching the cutters. If we let them get a couple points off back cuts and off the post, and he's got to clean that up a little bit, and I think we will, and it'll take care of itself.
Appreciate you, Jordan. Good luck.
Sir, thank you.
Guys.
That's the end of the first half. Score Texas 35, Gonzaga 33. We'll send you to AT&T at the half after these messages. You're watching the NCAA Men's Basketball Championship. EK with 11 points in the first half. Let's see if he gets a touch on this opening possession. He does against Gonzaga. Spins in the paint and didn't get the roll. Rebound off to Texas. Jalen Swain running the show at the point. They're leading assist man, leading scorer, leading rebounder. Leads the team in steals. Gonzaga opens up the second half just the way the Longhorns would have wanted.
Impressive footwork. Nice head fake. Got EK to lean a little bit. The drop step.
Ooh, it's going to be an offensive foul on EK.
Yeah, a little frustration. Graham EK getting frustrated going at Vokatitis. Leaned his head back. Not afraid of contact. I'll tell you, these two Titans are going at it in the paint. And there's the extra little lunge. Dislodges Vokatitis. Really good call by John Gaffney.
Nothing like a shoulder to the chops, right?
That's right.
Same matchup. Low block, spin, left hand, no good. Rebound off to Worley. And Worley ahead. Innocente was in some traffic, right back to Worley on a runner from the free throw line.
Worley never shoots outside of 17 feet. He has not attempted a three-pointer all year long. He knows where his bread is buttered. He is looking to score around the rim and in the mid-range.
Go to Jared.
Guys, I spoke to both coaching staffs from the Zags. Their message at the locker room was, our errors in the first half got exposed. We got to protect the rim. We gave in 11 layups right at the rim. Meanwhile, for Sean Miller, he said the last 8 minutes, he liked his offense the best, obviously, with those quality looks, wants to continue to get to the rim more.
And they have so far here early. Likewise, EK trying to get inside, and he does draw a foul this time.
Yeah, EK saw the mismatch, and Saint-Supéry got him the ball really quickly. And when you have a mismatch, you can't wait, because then the double team will come and try to get the ball out of your hands. EK got the ball and immediately went to work and got himself to the free throw line.
So Graham's going to go to the free throw line, 79% free throw shooter. His first trip there so far tonight. And it's good. Bleacher Reports, your one-stop destination for March Madness. Get every moment all tournament long with personalized updates and highlights from your favorite teams. Download the Bleacher Report app now. West Coast Conference Player of the Year and the leading active scorer in college basketball knocks down 2 more free throws, 13 for the game for the big fella, and the lead's cut to 2.
Those are some impressive accolades. He's had a storied career. Wyoming, Gonzaga, and he is the leader of this squad.
Number 2 active rebounder in the country as well to go with those points. Pope had a notion from 3. Now backpedals and takes an 18-footer that rims out. Worley's done a nice job on the glass, just like he did the other night. And he's fouled on the other end by Heidi.
Not a smart foul by Heidi there. He was in good position, moved his feet. You know, he had the shot blocker coming behind. There's Vokatitis kind of measuring Worley to protect the paint and protect the rim. There's a little bit of a bailout there. And we're going to see the Worley free throws. A little bit unconventional. Made 1 out of 2 in the first half.
And I think Jared's got the answer for this little bit different approach from the free throw line. Jared, what do you got?
Yeah, he's been working on it for quite some time. As he misses there, we gave him the jinx. But this is something that Coach Zach Norvell worked a long time with Worley to find something that he was comfortable with. They came up with this. He said he loves it. He feels great with the ball in the pocket of his hand while he Norvell, a guy who is a legend here at Gonzaga, on the bench. So it's interesting where he gets the ball, spins it right into that pocket that feels most comfortable, Wally.
Yeah, and there's not a lot that could go wrong. He definitely simplifies the shot. Shooting is so much rhythm, though. And the key is, can you get a little bit of rhythm in your legs without really bringing the ball down? And if he likes it, it's going to take some work to continue to perfect it. He's 2 for 4 so far from the line today.
Mark, jumper in and out. And Innocente with the rebound. And the Zags pushing it down court, trailing by 1. They get it in to EK. Turns, fires, and a little bit strong. And last touch by Texas. Out of bounds to the Zags.
Yeah, Tremont Mark's got to get going. You know, he's been key for the Texas wins the first 2 games. He's only 1 for 6, 2 points. They're going to need his scoring. He's a tough shot maker, and he can't disappear. He has to stay aggressive and look to continue to shoot himself into rhythm.
If he didn't have the shots against North Carolina State in the first 4, they wouldn't be here.
Exactly.
EK double team, gives it up to Worley, now back on top, and a runner by Innocente. Not an easy shot to hit.
No, not an easy shot. And the defense kind of gambled, went for the steal. As a result, led to that easy driving lane.
Texas lead has been taken away by 1. Cody at it, stripped. Numbers for the Zags. Oh, a nice defense, though, to break that up. And that's part of Dalen Swain's game. They had a 3-on-1, and he got a hand on it to knock it out of bounds.
Yeah, that was, his ball slipped out of his hands, actually. A 3-on-1. Superi had the angle to get to the rim. That was very fortunate that rolled off Dalen Swain's hand. Good job to break up the 3-on-1. But if he could have corralled that ball, he could have gone the other way.
And there, almost another steal by Weaver. In fact, he did. They're going to say the ball's off EK. And it was off his left foot.
Impressive.
Oop. I don't know about that fingertip, though.
I don't think he got it. He wanted to get it, but he whiffed.
The best whip of the night so far by Kendall Weaver. Weaver on the offensive end. Long stretch. Good shot.
He is an athlete. He pops up off 2 feet.
Miller. A little bit out of control on the drive, and Bocatitis pulls down the rebound. Texas back up by 1. Nice dribble through traffic by Swain.
Split the
hang time.
Split the pick and roll. That's trouble.
Texas showing some hustle right now that they didn't have in the first 10 minutes of the game.
Yeah, Graham Ike comes out to show, but Dalen Swain splits the D and gets the 2. Horns are up by 3.
Let's take a look at the Built Better moment presented by Body Armor. You want to be a big guy and play Division I college basketball, you might want to have some Body Armor. These 2 guys, Graham Ike and Modest Bocatitis, going to work.
Yeah, they're trading some paint down low. Both of these guys are 2 of the most skilled big men in the country. Bocatitis to 9 points to 5 boards. Ike only 1 rebound. He's busy banging with Bocatitis. Yeah. Ike averages around 20 a game for the season. Bocatitis 16. So they're a big part of the offense for both these teams.
And here is Ike over Bocatitis right on cue. 15 for Graham. Dices that Texas lead to 1. Kendall Weaver's done a nice job off the bench for Texas in this game so far. Even Nick Cody, who's in the lineup too, and that's kind of unique because Texas 79–80% of their points come from their starters. So any kind of bench support like they've gotten tonight certainly helps the cause. St. Superior with 3. And we haven't had a lot of threes tonight, but there goes one.
Yeah, we haven't. That's only the 3rd 3 for Gonzaga, and Texas only has 2. So who's going to soften up the defense by just making a few from outside? St. Superi gets it going.
And a nice entry pass again. Bocatitis in double figures now at 11. And we're tied for the first time in the second half at 45. Cross-court pass, open 3 again. This one's no good. And we're going to have a foul on Weaver over the back of Innocente. The only thing that tastes better than making it to March Madness is making it to the next round. So enjoy an ice-cold Coca-Cola and keep cheering for your team. We're here in round 2. This is actually the 3rd game for Texas, though. They had to play in the first 4 and beat NC State 68-66. And then a BYU win on Thursday, 79-71 to get to this point. And tied with the 3rd seed Gonzaga. Texas the 2nd lowest seed remaining in the tournament right now. We'll see the other one, a 12th seed, a 14th seed I should say, coming up tonight in High Point. Will become kind of the darlings after day 1. We'll talk about that in game 2. Inocente, that 3 won't go either. And Texas has the loose ball rebound on the outlets to Swain. Whoa, what a spin move by Swain. Missed the shot, though. That would have been pretty all the way around. It just didn't drop.
That would have been really pretty. Dalen Swain in transition just leaves his defender in the dust. Just couldn't get the finish, and there's an offensive rebound opportunity for Cody right there. He got pushed a little bit by Inocente.
So Gonzaga and Pope come out. Simeon Wilcher checks back in for Texas. Obviously a smaller Texas lineup without Gonzaga in there. Let's see if Cody can handle Graham Ike. So far he pushes him out across the 3-point line, so it worked that time. Fogel. What a tough jump shot.
Nice mid-range game. That's a big-time shot right there. At his size, with his length, perfect defense, does not bother that pull-up.
He's going to be a really good one, isn't he?
He really is. A freshman playing big minutes in big games. Has continued to develop all season long.
Mark finally going to take a 3, and it didn't go, but it's kept alive by Swain. Nice feed into Cody from Swain.
Good job. Dalen Swain executes the pick and roll perfectly. The defense doubles him, and they try to get the ball out of his hand. He made the right play.
Gonzaga turnover. We haven't had many tonight by either team.
And this is an opportunity for Tremont Mark to get going with Vokatitis out of the game. He's got to look to make his imprint on this game.
"12 minutes remaining in regulation." Mark hangs in the air and delivers.
He's got to continue to stay aggressive. The paint's going to be a little open for him to operate.
And Wilcher picks up a reach-in foul with 11:43 remaining. Mark Few, so many NCAAs, so much emotion from both guys. It's been a good game. Texas by 2. 6 over the Century Mark game so far. That's right up your alley, isn't it?
I like to call that volleyball. Guys, teams getting buckets, teams scoring points, playing fast-paced. It's been an entertaining tournament.
Sean Miller was assistant coach at Miami of Ohio when he was recruiting you back in the 90s, right?
There he is. That was my recruiting trip. I canceled all my visits when I set foot on that campus. That's my dad in the middle there. I knew Miami was the place for me. Sean Miller, that coaching staff, just elite. Sean was all over me, recruiting me, and he used to go to my AAU games and hope I missed. And hoped all the Big East coaches, Steve Lapis included, didn't see that I could play.
That was one of the great stories he told us the other day at Wednesday's practice. He said, "I just kept hoping you had bad games when there's anybody else there." Graham Ike, and a late whistle and a foul on Vokatitis. I got to ask you one more question after this second look of Ike.
Yeah, when Ike gets individual attention, he's tough to stop.
I got to ask you, why the Miami Dolphins jersey, though, in the picture?
You know, I first got into football is when Miami and San Francisco were really good with Joe Montana and Dan Marino.
Right.
The Clayton brothers, I love those guys. And then, I don't know, Brian Oliver, he was a safety. I don't know, maybe when I was younger, I was a little more into defense than it turned out to be.
You look good in a Dolphins jersey. If Marino's watching, I know exactly what you're talking about.
Yep.
I loved watching those guys, too.
Oh, those guys were entertaining.
I did Coach Shula's 300th victory, in fact, when Danny was playing quarterback. That was exciting. 49. Neither team can get much separation. The biggest gap we had is Gonzaga up 28-20 in the first half. Going to have a foul over the back on Fogel.
Yeah, Tremont Mark, despite the fact that struggling a little bit, only 2 for 8. This is his time. He is the closer. We saw it in the last 2 games with the big shots he made in the first 4. He hit the 2 big tough buckets in the last minute. So despite the fact he's not having a great game so far, only 4 points on 2 for 8, this is his time to shine. He definitely has the clutch gene. He's got to continue to stay aggressive and attack.
He's the first guy for the Longhorns to go to the line except Vokatitis, and they would much rather have him there than Vokatitis because he knocked both down. So now they're 3 for 5 from the stripe. A little bit of an improvement for the first half. Lead changes, as you see. 7 ties in the ball game. And just not a lot of separation. You kind of get the feeling maybe the last team that's got the ball might win the game. Vokatitis with a rebound off the missed 3. Weaver tried to get it into Vokatitis and turned it over. Big time move, but Weaver got a piece of that ball. And with the loose ball, it's going to be out of bounds in Texas.
I'll tell you, having a guy like Vokatitis down low changes so many shots. This was really good defense by Weaver. Nice move by Grant Foster, but Weaver got up there and changed it, and then that's 2 points if Vokatitis is not in there. A guy with that kind of size and length, he makes such a difference protecting the rim.
Jordan Pope checks back in, and Tremont Mark will go out. So it's Swain and Pope in the backcourt. And with Wilcher, who's got to give it up there with some backcourt pressure from the Zags. And then Weaver and Vokatitis. That's the 5 on the floor for the Longhorns. And we're going to have a double foul, maybe?
Yeah. That's exactly what they called. Yeah, look at this battle down low. Grabbing shirts, pushing off. I love that call. That's a good call. A lot of people aren't a fan of the double foul, but these guys are fighting for positioning. Vokatitis does not want Graham Ike to catch the ball within 2 dribbles and 2 steps of the basket because he becomes impossible to guard one-on-one. He's trying to push him off the block and like 10 feet away. When Ike catches the ball 10 feet away, he's not nearly as effective in the post.
That was the official sending a message, wasn't it, Wally?
Absolutely.
That's the 3rd foul on both big guys, and now that changes things. Maybe if somebody picks up a 4th, it obviously will.
That's a great point.
Pope running one-hander. Tough angle to try to get a shot, and it's out of bounds to Gonzaga. TNT returns as your home for Roland Garros. Watch the stars of the tennis world descend on Paris beginning May 24th on TNT and stream on HBO Max. That was a quick breather for Tremont Mark. He goes out, and Wilcher goes out. He comes back in. And still no Vokatitis on the floor. Tallest guy out there right now is Nick Cody, probably, for Texas, that is. I would want it in Graham Ike's hands then, with that in mind. Sort of like that.
You knew that was happening. With Vokatitis out of the game, Graham Ike has a distinct size and strength advantage over Cody. Gonzaga doing a good job of going right to him. Sean Miller in Texas has to be ready for a lot of touches for Ike right now.
Tied again at 51, and we got a timeout. 9:05 remaining in regulation. Graham Ike with no Vokatitis in there shows his muscle inside. 8 lead changes, 8 ties, which is where we are at 51 right now. Leading scorer in the game, Graham Ike.
Yeah, it's a tight one, partner. And Graham Ike doing what he's been doing his whole entire career. The active leader in scoring in all of Division I, because he can do it in so many different ways. That's a tough shot for a big man, the little floater, and now he stretched the defense to the 3. This year really worked on his outside shot. You can't stop him when you lead, when you allow him to go one-on-one. They're going to have to bring double teams, and who's going to step up and knock down some shots for Gonzaga? They're going to have to soften up the defense with a few outside jumpers.
And if you ask what is the leading active scorer, 2,568 points for him at this point right now. Vogel, the freshman who we highlighted at the beginning of the game, back in there and on the drive and the pull-up in and out. The rebound kept alive, and Echente back outside. Three-pointer goes for Grant Foster, his first bucket and a big one.
Yep, that's what they need. A couple timely threes are going to really help this Gonzaga team because they're getting very predictable on offense. Texas knows they're going to get the ball down to Ike, and they're going to be ready for it this last 8 minutes.
Only their 3rd time leading in this half. Up by 1 as we approach 8 minutes. Cody on the drive, the lefty off the window. Cody's got 10 off the bench. He didn't score on Thursday. Ike thought about a 3. He will take it. And nobody there except Cody for the rebound.
A little bit of a settle there. Ike normally needs to really gather to get his threes. Vokatitis.
And Cody had it stripped by Ike. Vogel brings it down all the way, but he lost the handle going up. Had it stripped from him. And here's an outlet now with Swain on the break. Dalen Swain flushes it for Texas, and they're back up by 3.
That's a big bucket there. No floor balance. Vogel, one of the perimeters, was attacking the basket. If you're one of the other guys out there on the floor, you got to be ready to cover your guy and get back.
Ike and Vokatitis both playing with 3 fouls. Ike, the wraparound pass is a beauty, but the dunk is missed, and they're going to have to try to earn it from the free throw line for Grant Foster.
Man, well, this is a big bucket. Jordan Pope doing a good job of catching. Dalen Swain leaking out, stealing 2 points in a tight game like this. All the leads and ties, any way you can get them, get them. Horns up 3.
Sean Miller got good balance the other night in the win over BYU 79-71. He's getting it again tonight.
He sure is. And Tremont Mark hasn't even gotten going, and this is Tremont Mark time at the end of the game. So I'll tell you, Sean Miller, elite out of timeouts. He's stolen some big points for his Texas squad. Grant Foster knocking down that free throw, and we're continuing to keep this one tight, partner.
Foster got the first one. One more coming here as we're checking with Jared.
Guys, I was in Sean Miller's huddle there that last time out for Texas, and he stressed 3 things. Number 1, secure the ball on offense. Number 2, get back in transition defense. And the 3rd, he looked directly at Vokatitis and said, while you've heard this before, defense, you've got to play with 2 hands up in the air. You could not just have 1 hand up.
You do a pretty good imitation of him saying that, right? Hands up, hands up.
Hey, when you're that tall, you might as well use it, and they've done a good job, both bigs, of not fouling.
Well, there's the not taking care of the ball part. That didn't work so well for Cody. Just had it taken right out of his hands. Grant Foster. Not sure that was their best shot, but Vokatitis with a rebound. Texas by 1. Mark had it rejected underneath, and we're going to have a foul.
Tremont Mark slow to get up there. Might have banged his knee. He had the lane, but Worley is an elite defender. Great athleticism and timing not to commit the foul. That's one of the reasons why Tremont Mark has had him in an off night, because Worley has been draped all over him this whole entire game. But Cody, good job of just not giving up on the play. Gets himself to the free throw line.
Fans here are not too crazy about that foul call. And it's on Ike, and it's his 4th.
Ooh, that's big.
Yeah.
Because now he's going to have to be careful.
How about Nick Cody, the sophomore out of Dallas, off the bench with 12 points. He played 13 minutes the other night and didn't score, and he had 1 assist and 2 rebounds. And tonight, a season high for him. EK can't deliver offensively, and Gonzaga has another rebound, under 6 to go, and a 3-point Texas lead. That matches their biggest advantage of this half. They led by 2 at halftime, 35-33. Jordan Pope up and under. Kept alive by Swain. Now Pope for 3. Got it. And Mark Few has seen enough. The lead is the biggest of the night for Texas, up 6. Jordan Pope with a big shot has given Texas a big lead.
Yeah, this is a huge bucket here. When the defense isn't set on an offensive rebound, that's when they're in scramble mode. So Pope goes up here and gets in there, and it comes off Vocatitis. Keep an eye on Pope. He runs to the 3-point line, and the really good defenders on Gonzaga, they're not matched up. So when they're in scramble mode trying to get those rebounds, that's a great time to generate an open 3. And boy, Pope can make some big ones. A very experienced point guard, 14 points, not afraid of the moment, has some breathing room for his Texas Longhorns.
Senior out of Oakland, California, former Oregon State player, now here in Texas. He hit some big shots all week long. Let's put it that way. Tuesday, Thursday here on Saturday. Worley got in some traffic. Grant Foster with 6 on the shot clock. Going to work. Right-handed out the window. Nice move.
And EK set a little brush screen to allow him to turn that corner. So you have to pay so much attention to EK banging with him in the post that sometimes he can help a teammate get an easy 2.
I'd get it in Vocatitis' hands if I was Texas right now with EK playing with 4 fouls. But not out there. Right there. And he'll go to the line, but it wasn't EK with the foul.
And we'll see if Vocatitis can build on his first made free throw in the first half, because he really struggled with his free throws. And if I'm Gonzaga, anytime he catches the ball around the basket, that's exactly what Worley did. Make Vocatitis earn him at the line. He's really struggled from the free throw line.
He's 1 for 3 tonight. He's 2 for 4 tonight. Watch whip around coverage of all the men's games with Fast Break, presented by AT&T in the March Madness Live app. You think he's got 2 in a row in him right here?
Well, Sean Miller said it was a glitch the other day when he was missing his free throws, and it looks a lot smoother. I mean, he's a 67% free throw shooter on the season, so sometimes when you miss one in a game, you kind of just lose it.
Yeah.
And he probably got in the lab a little bit in practice, found his rhythm and confidence again.
EK, little touch shot off the pass. Never even brought it down. Just went straight up with it, and he's got 20. 64-60, Texas. Approaching 4 minutes here in Portland, West Region. Winner goes to the Sweet 16 in San Jose. Vocatitis on the drive with the left hand. St. Superior, a little teardrop, got it to fall.
Starting to open up a little bit. That's got to be Gonzaga's offense down the stretch. St. Superior and EK pick and roll. Allow those guys room to operate and try to make something happen.
Swain on the dribble. 8 on the shot clock. Nice crossover dribble, goes to the rack. No foul call. Little contact. 2 Longhorns are down. And on the other end, it's the Bulldogs looking for a dunk. Ike missed it, but he got the second chance. That was a 5-on-3, basically, with Ike playing against himself. Sean Miller wants a timeout, and he is hot. He does not like the fact there wasn't a foul called on the other end, and he is letting the officials know it. Texas only 1 timeout remaining, and we told you NASCAR was coming back to TNT. Let's take you back to the last drive underneath, and the reason that timeout was called by Sean Miller. He did not like this call, or lack of.
He was hot because Graham Ike tries to use the rule of verticality, but he jumps sideways into the offensive player, Dalen Swain. That's why Sean Miller is hot. I think that should have been a foul call, because if you go straight up, that's fine. But Ike was there a little late. He jumped into the defender. Dalen Swain, a lot of body contact. The Zags got away with one there, because that would have been Ike's 5th foul.
Yeah, we thought he should have his 5th foul on Thursday night, too, in a kind of a different situation. It fouled out their backcourt, but not Ike the other night. But right now, we're approaching 2.5 minutes here. Pope, another big-time 3.
You said it. Coming off that screen, he's a little hobbled here, a little limp, but not affecting his jump shot. That is a massive triple for Jordan Pope. And Cody sets a great screen to spring him free. Super E just a little bit late. Jordan Pope with the clutch gene, making big shots.
Texas by 5, courtesy of Jordan Pope's 3rd 3-pointer of the night. He hit the huge shot that basically won the game on Thursday over BYU from the right corner, and that last one he just hoisted, also very big for Texas.
And here for Gonzaga, they had Ike out of the game for defensive purposes, not to get his 5th foul. Oh, you got to go to him offensively.
Now we're going to have a foul on Wilcher, who bumped St. Superior. Again, the winner of this one goes to the Sweet 16 on Thursday in San Jose. Jordan Pope briefly went out. Now he's back in, and you're right, he's kind of limping around, but got to empty the tank if you want to keep playing. St. Superior at the free throw line for the first time tonight. He's a good free throw shooter, 88%.
That's big. Really heady play by the freshman to go right at Wilcher and get himself to the free throw line. Those are huge points. Coach Sean Miller was not happy with that foul.
Got them both. 9 for St. Superior. A little bit of token pressure in the backcourt from the Zags. Longhorns don't have any problem with it. Pope on the dribble. Gonzaga trying to pick up the intensity on defense as we hit the 2-minute mark. 4 to shoot. It's going to have to be Pope again. In and out. Rebound off to Gonzaga. Chente will hold it out on top and give it up to Worley. Back to St. Superior. He's going to lob it to Ike underneath. Okatitis trying to stay with him. It's a little bit short on the turnaround. And it's Swain on the rebound. And Texas will slow things here with 1:24 to go.
And Texas can't slow things too much. They have to run action. You have to be aggressive and try to make Gonzaga play defense.
Pope had a notion, picked up his dribble. 6 on the shot clock for Tremont Mark. Will he make his mark again? In and out. Okatitis battling Ike for the rebound, but it comes off to Gonzaga. Grant Foster brings it into the front court. We're under a minute. 3-point Texas lead. The push pass to Ike with a flush.
That's the go-to play, pick and roll. Superi and Ike has come through all night long. Here come the Zags.
About 10 seconds difference on the shot clock and the game clock, and Sean Miller takes a timeout, their final timeout. Clinging to a 1-point lead. Playing their third game of the week. Texas trying to pull the upset, but the Zags are not going away. Wally, what do you think's going on with Mark Few in that group?
Well, they're happy to get a couple big stops, and the pick and roll is working with Ike and Saint Superi. But here is their nose is a great defensive team, so they got a lockdown on this Texas squad. And if you're Texas, you have the 1-point lead. You got 21 seconds on the shot clock. You do not have to hurry, but you do not want to be fighting the shot clock, which they have done the last 2 possessions. Now, 2 of their shots did go in and out, but they should go as quick as possible to try to attack and get the highest possible quality look and not just settle for a one-on-one at the end of the shot clock.
If they get it to that guy in close, Bocatitis for a 2-point play, it's still going to be a 1-possession game.
I think it's got to be Dalen Swain, because Tremont Mark has one of the elite defenders in the country, Jalen Worley, on him. So it's very difficult for him to generate a good look at the basket. Swain can handle pick and roll. He's a good decision maker. I would like to see Swain and Bocatitis in a pick and roll situation, because you have 2 options there with Bocatitis rolling to the basket and Swain making a play.
This guy's been big shot maker all week long, Jordan Pope. Heidi gets it to Mark. Tremont Mark working in the paint, gives it up. Heidi for 3. Got it! Cam Heidi, first basket of the night, and it's huge. St. Superi on the miss. Texas on the outlet to Bocatitis. They're trying to foul him. They can't. The Longhorns. Their 3rd game in 5 days. And do they know the way to San Jose? Yeah, they do. How sweet it is to be a Longhorn. The Longhorns do it the hard way. Play Tuesday, win. Play Thursday, advance. Play the higher seed and pull off a stunner. Sean Miller will be making his 9th trip to the Sweet 16, and this one in his first season as the head coach of Texas.
Outstanding execution by Texas down the stretch. This veteran team led by Tremont Mark and Pope makes an outstanding decision to get the ball out to Heidi, and then off the miss, really smart getting the ball out to Bocatitis. This was the nail in the coffin, sealing the deal. Horns up, and Sean Miller, elation. What a job he did. First 4 to the Sweet 16.
The Longhorns hook 'em. Winning coach is with Jared.
Well, first he's giving pounds to Wally and Ness. Coach, congratulations. How about this performance? How about Heidi picking up his first shot of the game to seal it?
In honor of Wally Serbiak as a shooter, I got to tell you, I'm going to take credit. I put him in. It was like one of those things where you see it so many times, just to have another guy on the court who can make a 3. And, you know, Cam paid us back here tonight in a lot of ways. It was an amazing shot, the biggest shot of the season. And I'm glad he had the confidence to take it. And I'm actually glad I put him in. I'll take credit for that. Yeah.
Well done there, Coach. Hey, 3rd game in 5 days. You've talked about your team's resolve and resiliency. What is it about this group that just won't go away?
Well, in March, it's about the players. Guys have to take and make shots. They have to make big plays. A guy like Jordan, who's been around college for a number of years, you know, he's playing at a desperate level in a really good way. And there's not a lot of guards that are playing in the tournament that are playing any better than him. But it's guys like him, and it's a shot like Heidi made and Dale. I mean, Heidi, I'm looking at him. He didn't even sweat. he made a shot from the right corner. I mean, he's phrased as fresh as he's fresher than I am. But yeah, it's great to see him make that shot.
Congratulations, Coach Jordan. More on that. Why is this team able to get off the mat time and time again?
You know, just keeping the dream alive. We don't want to go home just yet, so just playing desperate. And that's what we've been doing since we got to Dayton in Ohio a couple of days ago, and now we're in the Sweet 16.
You took the punch early, down by 8. What changed?
We got some stops. We knew they were going to be a challenge down low with their big man. We were able to make them turn it over a little bit, cut their transition water off, and we were able to make some shots offensively, and that's what got us back in the game.
You went to Oregon State for a couple years. How good does it feel to return to the great Northwest?
It feels good. You know, I haven't been back on this coast for about 2 years, so it's good to get the love and support from the people that came out from, Beaver Nation, and I'm looking forward to keeping that support going.
We'll see you in San Jose.
Yes, sir. Back to Cali.
Guys.
Well, Texas advances in the West region with a win over the number 3 seed Gonzaga Bulldogs tonight, and so that's what our bracket looks like. They're on their way to San Jose, and they'll meet the winner of Miami and Purdue when we get there. Texas 74-68 winners, advancing to the Sweet 16. Tune in to TNT and CBS now for live second-round games. Coming up on TBS, it's number 12 High Point against number 4 Arkansas. We'll send you to our studio for Capital One Tournament Central right after these messages. The Horns hook the Bulldogs.